Hello, good morning, welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while, for obvious reasons. The whole world's been in the same situation, but it appears finally we are on our way out of lockdown, albeit a 3-month window, and things we can get back out and do some photography, which is brilliant. But today's video is a bit different. At the start of this video, I'm certainly not going outside today. It's 50 odd mile an hour winds out there and horizontal rain. So this is going to be indoors today, and for me and for this particular channel, we're going to do something we haven't done before, and that's going to be a quick unbox and look at one of my new acquisitions, and I'll explain more as we go along. Okay, so the first part of the teaser is this. The Nikon FTZ adapter. That'll give you a clue to where I'm going on the next box. Okay, box number 2. To go with the FTZ adapter, I'll give you the Nikon Z50 with the kit lens at 16 to 50mm. Now, just while I'm actually on this bit, just in case you go down the same path, you're not scared when the parcel arrives like I was. If you actually listen, that scared the life out of me when this arrives. Now, I've had a quick look inside the box, obviously, just to make sure that everything was okay, and I'll explain to you when we get inside the box in a minute. But all that is just put your mind at ease straight away. It is just the charger unit for the battery, and I'll talk more about that when we get to it. That's the only thing I've done with this so far, is I've actually charged the battery up, so as we go through now, I can actually put the battery in, and for you and I together, we'll see this live for the first time. So let's get into the box and see what we've got in there. Okay, so you can see the box here on the desk, and what I'm going to do, is on the GoPro at the same time, so I can show you a bit easier, obviously with me just lifting the GoPro up, than just using the phone, which I'm actually using here in a minute on the Osmo gimbal. So opening the box up, and we've got the statutory manual. And if you do the digital download version of this manual, it's 526 pages long. Support information, download center guides for the manuals, and another bit of paper, and that is your paperwork for the camera. And now going into the box, and I can show you on this, I'll put this across, so you have the camera body, the lens, and the charging unit. As I said to you just now about the rattling noise in the box, that is what you could hear rattling. What this is all about, Nikon, I do not know. I've had many, or several now, of your DSLRs. This charger is something brilliant. And you can see it better on that screen. This is what you get as your charging unit, and along with that, get a strap, your connector lead, and the battery, which is unique to the Z50 and nil stock anywhere in the world at the moment, including Nikon. So be warned, you will need a battery bank. So I've just purchased a USB battery bank. I'm doing this all one-handed, just taking this off. Here is the battery charger unit, as you can see. Okay, designated obviously just for the Z50 batteries, because they're not the same as the 6 and 7. And to use, if I can do this one-handed, you can see there, I flick, 2 seconds, flick that out like so. Okay, and then this goes in like so on your wall. I'm not sure if you missed that or not on the camera, I'll do it again. So that's your main battery box part, there's the plug-in part, the two marry together and click in, and then that goes into your wall, so you're left with that lot hanging off your wall. Come on, Nikon, what are you doing? Not the best. It does work, but it's not the best. So I did manage to successfully charge the battery on that the other day. but I have purchased, just for this good old Lidl's, a battery bank, 10,000 milliamp battery bank, 14 quid at Lidl's, and that will recharge this thing several times for us, so good to go. Okay, I won't be using that little bit for a minute, they can go back in. Okay, the lens is all very well packed, as you can see. This unboxing, Mark, I tell you, it's not fun when you're doing it all by hand. So the lens, standard lens cap on the front. Okay, so this is a 16 to 50mm, and the Z connector on the back, that just pushes on. Again, not an ideal, and I've heard lots of people complain about these plastic covers on here, but as this is the only Z lens I've got, it'll either be on the camera or it'll be in my bag when I'm using the FTZ. Okay, so it is a dedicated DX 16 to 50, 3.5 to 6.3. Okay, very light, there's no weight in that at all, quite scary actually. And then the main part of the box, the bit we've all been waiting to see, the actual camera body itself. Okay, first impressions, it is light, it is good, feels good in the hand, nice good grip there to get a hold of it. I shoot normally with a 750 and that grip is as good as the 750, I reckon, quite happily. Nice thumb support there on the corner, this part here, the thumb sits in there really nice, so yeah, good feel to that. Screen tilts up, tilts down, and it will go all the way down for selfie mode from the front. Now, one of the biggest complaints about this is, if you look underneath, there is your screw mount for your tripod. So you can put a tripod on it, or a gimbal or whatever, and use it as a normal camera would be, but to use it in full selfie mode you've either got to be handheld, or there is a company called Small Rig who make a special plate to go on here, which allows you to have your tripod connected right here above the battery compartment, and you can still access the battery compartment with this plate, base plate on the camera. So that's my next purchase, will be the base plate. But first impressions, it is lovely. I haven't taken the plastic off, look how good I've been. Okay, standard lens off the front, and for the first time let's pair these two up and see how we get on. So lens on and click. So that's it, lens is on, it's that easy to do, nice and simple. One of the other complaints I've heard about this lens is on the top here, to actually use the lens you have to turn it to that point so it clicks. Okay, so you've gone from the point, you can see that on top there, just a little point here. Okay, you have to turn it. If I stop talking, hopefully you heard the click there. So that's now ready to use. That's okay, so wherever I zoom in now, that's going to go from 16 to 50. I've heard lots of people complain about this online. Having just got rid of a Canon M50 to get this camera, that lens is no different. You have to physically unlock a switch and twist it on the M50 to make it work. This is a lot simpler, just simply just turn the lens, click, and you're away. 2 seconds to do it. So for me, that's a bonus from what I had before. Okay, so power is in the off position. Okay, let's try the battery in. See, we're that well organised, look, everything's still on, all the wrappers are on, the covers are on, everything. Okay, so drop the battery in and it goes in flat side to the bottom, and that's the battery installed. And I have got an SD card here ready to go in. Okay, so that's the card and battery installed. Okay. So power on. You just love that sound. Okay, so power on, and hopefully, yep, first thing it comes up with is obviously set your language. So yes, we'll have English, and we're in London. and we'll have day, month and year, because we like that over here, and daylight saving time. I'm going to put that on just because I'm lazy and I will forget. So we are in 2021 and today is the 11th, month, sorry, it was the 3rd, and it's the 11th. Okay, so that's the date set, and the time is 11:46. Okay, go the short way back to the 46, not the long way around, and we'll just press OK. That's close enough, and that's the setup done. Okay, and it tells you before you can start doing anything, you have to rotate the lens. Okay, and this is the first handheld actual video on the Z50. On the camera screen I can see at the moment, it's a little bit overexposed behind me, but I'm looking straight out the window and the sun's just poked his head out the rain cloud, so yeah, it looks quite good from what I can see on the screen, so we'll keep playing around. Okay, so part 2 of the big reveal and the unboxing is, now the camera bit's been done obviously, is to take the FTZ out of this box. So yeah, this is I think this is day 2 after I did the initial unboxing part of the video. So I've had a little bit of play with the camera. You can probably see my shoulder there on the screen. Picture of the flowers. It's some new stuff I've got waiting to go into the garden. And just took the camera out of the garden with the kit lens on there, and took some pictures with it to see how it went basically, and done a little bit of video in here, and took a picture out the window when we had that torrential rain the other day on the first part of the video, just the rain coming down the window, and obviously all the vehicles not out in the street. So just literally hit the button and see what the camera had picked up out of it, or see how it performed. But I have to say, those pictures there you can see on the screen here, the big pink flower one, I'll take it a bit closer shortly. In fact, I'll put the image up on screen. It's completely out of camera with no editing whatsoever done on it, and I'll actually put that image on the video for you to see with no editing whatsoever. In fact, you can see the screen right up my shoulder here. That's all the videos and the images, still images I've taken on the Z50 since I unboxed it there 2 days ago. So here we go, the Nikon FTZ mount adapter. So you get the booklet with multiple languages on it. The box itself, as you saw before, is quite small, and all that's left in the box now is the actual FTZ adapter. Well wrapped up, again double wrapped, as was the camera and the other lens, and that is the FTZ adapter, as you can see. Well, that is it. So yeah, that needs to go on the camera, and then obviously your F-mount lenses can go on the front. So for the first time, we'll try it out now. So just let me remove the kit lens here. Okay, I'll be a good boy. I'll put the plastic cover back on the back for a minute just to protect it. So that's the cover on that one. So FTZ. Okay, exactly as the lenses are. Marry the dots up, click it on. That is, so all you've done, I'll take it onto it again for you, you can't see down there. So white dot on there, white marker on the camera body, marry them up and click it on. That is it, done. It's as simple as that. Then simply off with the front lens cover, and I happen to have my trusty little Nikon 50mm f1.8 proper Nikon lens, and again marry the dots up, click it on. Okay, and there is a standard Nikon 50mm f-mounted lens on Z-mounted camera. And if we just switch it on, okay, and you can hear it all there kicking in, and I'll just show you the back of there. Okay, and there you go. It works absolutely fine. In fact, that's quite impressive considering the low light I've got here in a minute. I've got blackout curtains over my shoulder here because the sun's quite bright coming through the window there today, so I had to blacken the room out and then put some artificial lighting in just to pick my face bit up. So that's your FTZ adapter. Nikon lens works absolutely fine, and in fact I will go in my camera bag and I'll get out one of my Tamron lenses, which is what I normally carry around with me, and I'll put the Tamron lens on here, and I'll let you see the Tamron lens on here, and that works perfectly as well. So I'll be right back in a couple of minutes. Okay, so I've now fitted my Tamron 90mm f2.8 macro lens onto the FTZ adapter, which is now on the Z50. So that's a full frame lens on crop sensor, and I have to say it pulled in instantly. If I just do a picture of across here, you hear the beep there. And if I just change the focal point up, that's working absolutely fine. I'll just try another one over here. So if it isn't for the beep, focus and take the picture. So Tamron 90mm full frame lens works perfectly on here. The Nikon full frame lens works perfectly on here. I dare say, if I dive into the bottom of my camera bag, I have got Tamron 10 to 24mm, which is a DX lens. That will work absolutely fantastic on here, albeit with the FTZ adapter. So yeah, I don't foresee any problems in the field so far, and that is the new acquisition. So Nikon Z50 with kit lens 16 to 50mm, and the FTZ adapter, which we've just loaded on. To remove your lenses from these, if you haven't seen these before, you simply pull the little switch there back and twist your lens. It says here, doing it one from this, and keep it on camera. Just twist and off it comes. Okay, and exactly the same with the FTZ mount. Standard is if it's on the camera, to get rid of that, you literally push the button on the camera, twist it back to the marker and lift that off. So that's your FTZ, and that's all it is. And then, so see, get rid of the plastic cover. Again, line your dots up, dot on the lens to dot on the camera body, put it in, twist, unlock the lens till it clicks, switch it on, and away we go. And that's back on the Z mount lens. So nice and simple, really nice little system to use. Very, very light in the hand, good feel, solid grip in the hand. So yeah, first impressions after 2 days, quite happy with it. The big test will be when I get out in the field and start doing some vlogging on it. I talked about having the bracket, the small rig bracket for the camera. That's due to arrive today. It's Saturday the 13th now. That is due to arrive today at some point. So when that comes, I'll drop that in on the end of the video somewhere as well to show you. And that literally will fit right along here, but there's the opening around the battery is still there, so I can get the battery out. But it gives me the tripod mount will actually go here on that bracket, so I can put the tripod there, which means that I can then still do, so see, that with the tripod will be sat here, so I still get the screen to see myself in selfie mode or talking to the camera out in the field. So yeah, all in all, great purchase. I'm happy with it so far, and what I'll do, give it 6-8 weeks down the road, and if I had a bit of use out of it, and a mixture, video, stills, different lenses, etc. In fact, one of the things it's going to be doing very, very shortly is my 1:400 Tamron will be on here, doing photographs in the bird from the hide in the garden, which will be the upcoming video in the next few weeks. So let's see how it performs doing that. I hope you've enjoyed this video, got some information out of it. Having just had the Canon M50 and now got this, my preference straight away is to this. And the reasons I actually changed to this camera from the setup I had was I was carrying a 7200 body to use the crop sensor advantage of the lenses for distance, mainly for bird wildlife, and the Canon was mainly for video work only. I did do some stills on it, but was never really successful with images on the stills front, even with the 55 to 200mm lens on it, or the kit lens that came with that one. So I was carrying 3 camera bodies, 2 sets of lenses around, and it was just getting too much with all the extra bits and pieces that come with it. This made the perfect sense of literally 2 bodies, my normal set of lenses, excuse me, and job's done. I'm covered. I get the APS advantage still on the lenses, so my 400 technically becomes a 600mm. I can use the Z lenses. I get enough money saved up to start buying the Z lenses, and all my lenses I have now work on both cameras, so it's a win-win. And the biggest advantage of all, and to me this was the #1 advantage and reason why I actually did this change, the Z50 is weather sealed. The M50, first bit of drizzle you had to pack it away or stick it in a plastic bag. It caused me no end of problems with that Canon M50 in the wet weather, snow, whatever. You had to pack it away or hide it away. This is weather sealed, so again I can just keep shooting, keep going, and that to me is the biggest tick of all. Weather sealed, image quality looks superb on it at the moment. I say I'll put a couple of these stills I've taken here on here. I will put on the end of this video or in with the video. So yeah, all in all, looking quite good. Okay, so just to wrap up the review, that was my personal purchase of the Nikon Z50 16 to 55mm kit lens and the FTZ adapter. All in all, very impressed with it so far. Would I recommend it? Certainly. If you've had Nikon cameras, it's going to straight away, the menus are all very, very similar. A few extra bonuses in there with it being a mirrorless camera. And it's a way into the Z series without having to fork out £2,500 to £3 grand at the top of the range as it is at the moment. But all in all, yeah, great purchase. All very happy with it. And watch this space for future updates. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, then please hit that like button, leave me a comment below. I will reply to your comments, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye for now.